SFL Nation, what up, doe? We got a good one here tonight. Probably going to be the game of the week here across SFL Nation as the Detroit Maulers, looking to remain undefeated, march into Birmingham to take on the 3-1 Birmingham squad. Yo, my name is Eddie Gage, alongside my teammate, one of the best free agent acquisitions in the history of SFL Nation, and DJ Kilgannon. We got JW in the house, and we got Boss Hog doing stats alongside him. Cam producing, whatever the heck it is he does over there, sit on this lazy behind, making sure we look good out here. But yo, DJ, this game of the week matchup, man, what do you think is going to take for both teams to come away with a win tonight?
I'll tell you what, Eddie, I think the main thing we got to focus on is this run game when it comes to both sides of the ball. Both of these teams are top 5 when it comes to rushing the ball in the SFL, but both of their defenses are top 10 at stopping the run. They can run, but teams can't run against them. I'm very curious to see which of these teams stick with that run-first approach and if the other team can stop it.
That's my impression as well. I think whichever team remains true to their identity and not try to get too cute, knowing they're going against a top team in the SFL is going to come out on top. But yo, look at this beautiful stadium, 60 degrees outside. They call that football weather where I'm from. The ball is about to be ticked off, and we are on the way. The home team has won the coin toss and elected to receive the ball, and it's going to get down inside the end zone for a touchback. Let's go over this Birmingham offense. At quarterback, Jordan Goodman, the rookie. Halfback, Dominic Kane, Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Wide receivers are Ivan Lazard, Dylan Lewis, Jay Viper, Michael Goodman, and at tight end, you got Mike Lennox. We'll go over that offensive line here in a moment. I spread versus a 4-2 nickel defense. 5-step drop, throws it down the middle of the field where it's picked up for a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Tripped up. Look, he didn't tear his ACL on that play.
Yeah, Dylan Lewis, it's just a little drag route. That's a little extension of the run game, if you will, just to get a little bit of confidence in Sproul and Goodman here early.
Only one wide receiver in the field, met by 2 tight ends. It's going to be a toss out to the strong side. Going to break a tackle, trying to get upfield, but he can't turn the corner. He'll be tackled for a gain of about 3 yards. That's Kane on the play.
I'll tell you what, Eddie, he has a dangerous stiff arm, and that was a nice drawn-up play. They had the extra bodies out there to that strong side, like you said, to help block a little bit. They left it to the one-on-one, but there was just a few too many maulers towards that side of the field. They played it well.
Jokers, and he's met the backfield, but he had to make a man miss and pick up. Look at all the rushing yards after the first play was made. Picks up about 22 yards on the play. First down, Birmingham.
And that's a very similar style of run that they were looking to get towards the other side of the field on that last attempt. This time, there weren't as many maulers on that side of the field, and all it took was Bailey O'Shaughnessy to break through that first tackle, and all it was after that was nice green open grass.
Not sure how they missed him. Got this night sky and those beautiful, like they glowing in the dark out there. But nonetheless, 3 wide receivers and a tight end in the field. Going to be a strong outside zone. Man, look at him lower his shoulder and make the defender pay for that tackle. Dominic Kane picks up 3.
Shout out to the offensive line here of Birmingham as well. Some huge holes for these backs right now. Kane wasn't even touched until he got caught behind one of them a little bit there.
Michael Morgan Terrell, 300 pounds. He the lightest one on the team, but nonetheless going to be another carry for a pick of about 2 yards, set up a 3rd and 4. Let's go to the rest of that offensive line at tackle. Like I said, 5'10", 300-pound rookie. How many offensive linemen you know 5'10"? At the other tackle, Desmond Alucard, and you got D'Angelo De Jesus, Kiera Cool, and Marcelo Martin. Big 5-step drop, throws the ball downfield, finds a wide open receiver for another first down, and thus far, Birmingham is having no problems moving the chains.
Yeah, I love that route concept there. You have the drag coming underneath that's drawing the attention to the corner. You see him take a step up there, number 21, trying to make a play on the ball. That was King Jamal who was trying to read that drag. Once he took that step up, Goodman fired it right past him. Great route concept. I love to see it.
Doubles left by Birmingham here on first down. Going to be a toss out to that side. Look at that shoulder. You talked about with the stiff arm, he picks up 7 more yards. Dominic Kane, Mike Dagg talked about him. He still has nightmares thinking about Dominic Kane.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I watched this guy for a while down there in the minor leagues playing for the New York Gargoyles, and he was their entire offense, if you will. And I'm glad to see he's found himself a home here in the SFL where he's able to thrive.
2nd down and 3. Odd jokers, 2 tight ends on the field, met by this 4-3 defense. You got the strong safety in the box. They're going to run opposite side. Lowers his shoulder. I love that. He continues to lower his shoulder. He's not just going to go down swinging. He's going to go down without a fight, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you talked about seeing what offense stood true to their identity, and I feel like Birmingham is fitting that bill perfectly.
Doubles looking to be a give right up the A-gap, and look at him lower his shoulder and pick up another couple of yards to the 1st and goal for Birmingham. This offense is looking prolific out here, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, they're just running with such aggression and tenacity. I can't imagine there's too many running back duos that are as hard as hitting as O'Shaughnessy and Kane are.
Detroit came into this game 2nd in the SFL, only giving up 12.8 points per game, yet he on this first drive of Birmingham, they're not showing that sign. Look at this, another tossed outside. Didn't get touched until he crossed the plane. Touchdown, Birmingham.
I mean, such an amazing display of rushing in that first drive for Birmingham. They're coming into this one playing against the 6th best rushing defense in the entirety of the SFL. And the fact that they have the confidence in their line and their backs to not switch up that game plan, to keep running it up the middle and doing so successfully, very impressive on their part. Got to give them props.
Extra point by Jordan Bradshaw is up and good, and it did not take long. A 3-minute and 43-second drive to put up 7 points here for the Hellhounds.
Detroit coming into this game, Eddie, averaged 87 rush yards allowed per game. That first drive, Birmingham was able to scoop up 57 yards on the ground.
Kick is up and underway for Detroit, trying to respond, but that ball's going to fall deep into the end zone for a touchback. Let's go over this offense for Detroit. At quarterback, they have 2 of them. Ethan Flowers and the free agent from the folded franchise of Baltimore, Johnny Kemp. Halfbacks are Andrew Gibson, Rashad Williams, Terrell Southern at fullback, along with his teammate, Brad Taylor Wright. We'll go over the rest of that offense here in a moment. Pair slot versus a 4-3 defense is going to be a give up the A-gap, and he's going to fight his way forward for a gain of 3 yards. The rest of that offensive line, the offense is looking like this. Wide receiver Jimmy Went, Jamar Shelton, tight ends Garadio Khan, tight ends Robert Henson Jr., and you got at tackle Porsche Hinton, Hadrian Marlowe, Jimmy Haas, Willow Henson, and Torque McLean on the offensive line. Split spread going to be a weak dive up the middle before you get corralled and brought down by 2 defenders, set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and we talked about running back duos, Eddie. This is another very prolific one here in Detroit. Gibson and Rashawn Williams both been outstanding so far in the SFL season. 9 touchdowns for the 2 of them combined coming into this week.
Up the A-gap, easily picks up the 1st down. He didn't get touched. He's about 5 yards downfield. The rookie, so far having a great season, picks up 7.
Yeah, he's playing at an all-star pace. He's a few yards short of 400 already on the season. He's 6th in the league, top 5 in carries. He's been all over the place. And I'm excited to see him and Dominic Kane for a rematch of a very prolific running back rivalry, if you want to say that, we had down in the lineup.
Pair slot, 2 tight ends to his right, throws the ball down the middle of the field, and so far they have no problem responding to Birmingham's first drive as Henson, the team's leading receiver, picks up another 1st down.
Yeah, we heard so much about his hands coming into this season, how they weren't worth anything. But there he is making catches in traffic. The linebacker draped all over him, and he's still able to haul it in. I mean, that's a quality tight end if I've ever seen one, Eddie.
Remember his seasons in Detroit, he was an afterthought in the offense. You know, he was a young pup coming up in the system, but since then, he's developed just fine. Going to be a dive to the fullback, and wow, I mean, both defenses so far having a hard time getting things figured out as both teams have no problem moving the ball downfield.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly are struggling. It's like these offenses are completely controlling the pace of the game. I know we talked earlier today that this has the chance to be a super quick game, and it's certainly looking like it. Already 6 minutes off the clock. We're not even through a 2nd drive.
Oh, look at that fullback dive, getting everyone involved, but Birmingham meets at the line of scrimmage. It picks up maybe a half a yard and a play to set up 3rd down.
We're seeing Blake Prine involved a ton on these tackles right in that second level. You know, he's up at their strong safety spot, but this is a guy who is second on this team in tackles coming into this game. He's great in run support.
High spread doubles for Detroit. 5-step drop. Look at the offensive line putting in work, and he gets the ball out, but it's a bang play. Going to fall incomplete on the play. Great defense there by Birmingham to set up a 4th down.
Yeah, that was a great display of blocking there from the offensive line. Birmingham brought a few extra blitzers there, and their offensive line was still able to hold strong. Could have been a lot worse, but now off the leg of Mylan Taylor's, we'll see a pretty good punt inside the 20. A lot better than it could have been with a sack.
That was John Martin who batted that ball away. We're not used to seeing him playing outside the numbers, defending receivers. That was a great athletic play by him to set up that 4th down.
Another guy playing at an all-star level. He's second in the league in sacks right now, Eddie. Playing off the edge. He's been a problem.
And he's covering receivers downfield. Just a jack of all trades. Strong out spread, going to send a man in motion to the weak side, going west to east. If you listen on the radio, pick up of about 2 yards on the play. Tackled by King Jamal to set up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, it looks like early on both of these safeties on both squads are going to have an impact in stopping the run early. They just get such a nice head of steam from all the way back there 10 yards out that it's hard to miss the tackle if you're that safety.
4-3, and they ran right into the heart of the defense. They came out pre-snap, strong side right with the strong side safety in the box, and they ran right to him. Picked up maybe a half a yard. 3rd down and 6. 5 wide receivers on the field versus this 4-1 dime. Gonna be a 3-step drop. Gets the ball out. Oh, they finds a receiver for a 1st down. Dylan Lewis with the reception.
You know, one thing you look at whenever you see a team that relies on the run as much as Birmingham does, you think maybe it's because they don't have a pass game. But this rookie-filled offense is here to dominate, and they can throw the ball with the best of them.
Jordan Goodman coming to this game 17th in attempts passing the ball. Triple right. 3 wide receivers and a tight end off to his right. That's connect at tight end. And look at that A-gap run, but Detroit had nothing doing with that. Robert Cherry with the tackle.
Yeah, this defensive line here for Detroit having a quote-unquote slow start compared to last season. I mean, they've still been playing at a very high level, just not up to their standards with that huge explosion they had last season.
Oh, bang play and looking for connect, but that ball is batted away instead of a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was Chris Delro. That's their sole free safety playing that far side of the field. He chose the perfect opportunity to come up, read the eyes of the QB, didn't let him get too much of an advantage of him over the top, and picked the right time to come down and make that hit.
Quad look. 2 receivers to either side, but they're going to send a man in motion to the near side. That's Jay Viper. 2 safeties high, going to be play action. Rolling to the weak side, throws back to that side. It is going to be complete for another 1st down. This is the 2nd time on 3rd down and long that Birmingham was able to convert on 3rd down.
So happy to get to call it. One of the first times I'm getting to here in this season of the SFL, but G2G, I got to see him dominate so much in the minors, and here they are once again. Jordan reuniting with his father, Michael, and it's just so sweet to watch.
5-step drop out of the bunch. They're going to drop it off short for a pickup of 3. Nothing open downfield. I love the decision there to get the ball to Jay Viper rather than trying to force it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Might as well take what's open, even if it's not the big home run shot, right? The more passes you involve in this offense, the more that defense is going to have to stay on their toes, and that's when the rushing attack is just going to do even better.
Long eye spread versus this 4-2 defense going to be a gear. Strong outside zone with that stiff arm again. Able to cut up field. Oh, it's out of bounds there, but they didn't mark it. It's going to be another 1st down. I'm not sure Detroit's going to challenge it, but it's only going to take about 2 yards or so. But nonetheless, it's the 1st down. Birmingham, they aren't even waiting for them to review. They're going to come out here quick.
Yeah,
try to get this ball off.
Let them review it.
Exactly. 5 receivers on the field. Going to be a 5-step drop, empty. That ball is going to be complete as they turn the corner, but poor progress is going to mark him short of the line of gain. That's connected with his first reception of this game.
And Jordan was barely able to get that pass off Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw that pressure back there breathing down his neck, but was able to find the open target over the middle. Nice safety valve throw there.
Quarterback sneak here, and he gets drilled. Oh, my goodness, young man. Get down.
Yeah, I know that made you a little nervous there. As soon as I saw him take off, especially not sliding. That's a young QB, though. He's not afraid to take those hits.
They're going to mark that 3rd and inches. I thought he easily had that first down, DJ. But nonetheless, it's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Birmingham. They are threatening to put more points up on the board. Yeah, I thought that was a first down, DJ.
I thought so as well. But, you know, with this rushing attack, I don't think you waste the challenge. I think you just punch it right down their throat against the soft D line that they have set up here.
Joker's going to send, is that connect in motion? It is. Going to send him to the near side. Trying to draw the defense off sides. They don't, but they pick up the first down easily. And funny to see, they also had Michael Goodman lined up at the tight end 2 spot and ran it to his side.
Yeah, very interesting setup there. I like the motion as well. You're trying to get the eyes of the defense to the outside of the box. Maybe think you're going back to one of those stretches, and they run it right up the middle. I like the call.
Triple right, going to be a toss out to that side. And wow, yeah, they scared to tackle him. He had 2 defenders right in the area, but they made what I call a business decision not to put hands on Billy O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, they parted like the Red Sea and just let him have his way. Thankfully, there was a safety coming from over the top that was able to make the tackle. But I don't think they can keep getting away with running here, Eddie. I'd like to see him go through the air at least on one of these plays.
2nd and goal. When he's saying connect in motion, he's in a hurry to get over there, too, as if the shot clock is running down. Going to be a 5-step drop. Look out. Hit from behind, and down he goes for a sack on the play. Great job by the defense. I think that was Thomas Matthews on the play.
I mean, you're assuredly going to see a pass now. I would have liked to seen him throw to the flat. Hardly touched with that hit. Yeah, it was Thomas Matthews. You're right, Eddie.
3rd down and goal at the 11-yard line. Got to be careful with the ball. He's going to come out in a trip set. Detroit playing man-to-man defense. And now, hold up. Look at this box. They got 3 men with their hands in the dirt, followed by defensive ends setting up. And they're going to bring it right to A-gap, and down he goes. Oh, my goodness. Didn't even have time to get the H and hike out of his mouth before he went down on the play.
Hardly stood up straight before he was wrangled down. What a nice job of sending your concepts there on the blitz. Man, it looked like an offset. You send your defensive tackle one way, and you go right behind him, and they just shot so quickly that he could wrap him up before he even got a chance to look up.
Matthias Centron with the sack, forcing that field goal attempt that is up and good. Jordan Bradshaw extends this lead.
Yeah, as I was looking over the stats before the game, Eddie, both of these offenses are were 100% when it came to their red zone scoring. That's got to be a notch in Detroit's column, even though points got let up. You're the first defense that's been able to stop this Birmingham offense in the red zone. So that's got to be looking up regardless of the score on the board.
Both kickers so far are not allowing the opposition to return as they've been kicked deep into the end zone by each squad. Detroit looking to respond here on the road. They want to get this game behind them. On the I spread, looking to be a 5-step drop, get the ball out quick, and find the receiver for a pickup of about 7 yards on the play. That's C.J. Pierce relaying his first reception.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like Detroit is going to start shifting into a similar approach as Birmingham on this drive and maybe try and get the pass involved a little bit more, and then once you're closer to the red zone, start pounding the rock again.
Lip, pair slot, I believe it's called. Going to be a give. Also that strong side behind the 2 tackles. And look at him running. They didn't give him a first down. I believe they did. Rashad Williams with the carry.
Yeah, it was definitely close. Yep, looks like they gave it to him. Or no, is that inches? It is. Oh, wow.
3rd and inches. Joker's pair, I believe this is, going to send one of those tight ends in motion to the near side. Taking his time. Almost got a man to jump. Going to be a toss out to the near side. To the far side. And he barely picks up the first down as Andrew Gibson.
Oh, man, a little risky there going with Andrew Gibson. When you only need a few inches, he's clearly the smaller back of the two. So, interesting decision, but he got it nonetheless.
There's that strong power play again out of that set, and they pick up that's a generous spot. 4 yards? My goodness.
It's either too much or not enough.
The choice, the road team. They gave him 4 yards.
They brought him on the bus.
Clearly. Look at the box that Birmingham has out there. 11 men in the box.
Oh, wow.
And they catch him slipping, caught lacking like the young guys like to say, and that's Hunt with reception.
Yeah, I love that from Flowers. He's not afraid to take a risk. And you could see that defender, he was shifting towards the outside, maybe expecting an out route, and that's actually the black sheep. That's Stephen Goodman there in coverage, another one of the Goodmans on this squad. And as soon as he took that step to the outside, that's when he attacked right over the top of it.
Twins, first time we've seen this look today versus this 4 defense, I believe it is. Going to send a blitz, and oh, wow, great reception. Able to turn around, get upfield. Look at the yak yards he's gaining on the play. Looking to get the edge. He does. Can they catch him? Yes. Down at the 20-yard line. Great catch and run. You want to talk about not giving up the play? He didn't just settle for a completion of about 4 or 5 yards. He got all he could to set up his team up in the red zone.
Man, I mean, we saw one of those plays earlier where we saw that forward progress come into hand for one of these receivers, but it didn't even need to. That time, Jamar Shelton bounces off a tackle like a pinball and just a full head of steam around the loop, fires it up the sideline. What a huge play. And like you said, way to stay in the play. Play to the whistle, as they say.
Undrafted rookie looking to make his mark in the SFL, reminding everyone that they had an opportunity to draft him and did not do so. And look at Rashad Williams trying to make a way out of no way, picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, and this is the area of the field where we're probably going to see Detroit go a little bit more run heavy. Your field's going to get shorter, and certainly as they're stacking the box like this, it's going to be super hard to throw into the middle of this defense.
Look at this defense stacked up again, and they are not allowing it. They're going to force Detroit to try to pass the ball if they're going to get any more success out of this drive.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what you got to do against, well, either of these teams. They're a very similar build.
36 showing blitz. They bring it. They're going to be play action, but they fool absolutely no one going down on the play. Not happening is Gerard Cumbus, the 6th-season veteran.
Yeah, that is his 4th of the SFL season. He was just in the top 10 coming into this week, assuredly going to be in it now. That's a huge spot to get that sack. Still probably going to be in the field goal range of Scylla Aldmere, assuredly will. A 40-yard attempt. Like we said, both of these offenses were 100% in red zone scoring, and now both of those stats have been shattered.
Oh, and it is good. Was shifting a bit to the left there, but he was able to get it through the left upright to get Detroit their first points of the game.
Yeah, if she would have let her perfect streak on this season go with a 40-yarder, I would have been disappointed. She's nailed him from 53, I believe, in the past. And I believe it was for a few hours had the SFL 2K4 record until it was later broken. But yeah, nearly missed on this beautiful day.
Ball brought out for the first time today by either team is brought out to the 24-yard line. That last drive capitalized with a 34-yard reception there on that last play by Jamar Shelton. Now with 3:47 left in this first half, Birmingham looking to put more points on the board to further this lead going into the half. Can they do so versus this 4-2 nickel defense coming out in the double set? Going to be a weak dive up the middle, picking up 4.
You know what they call Dominic Kane, Eddie? You know his nickname?
I do not. Go ahead and educate me, DJ.
It is Tombstone, because that young man buries people. He runs mean.
Mike Daggs knows all about it.
I sure does.
Fast jump out of this bunch set, and they find Mike Klinek running a 9 route right down in the middle of the field of this defense for another first down.
I'll tell you what, he is one of the most dynamic young tight ends we have here in the SFL. He's so quick. He's able to make those nice catches in traffic. He is a very versatile target that I think a lot of people overlook when they look at this Birmingham offense.
First down at the 46-yard line, coming out of the I spread look. Surveys the defense, throws a toss play out to the strong side, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard on a play. Second down and 9.
Yeah, that was Matthias Citrion again getting involved, and he's been a big help when it comes to the run game. He was the one that got that sack off of the insta hike earlier. He's been all over the place.
Triple right, they're going to send connect in motion to the near side. Going to be a 3-step drop and gets the ball out to Connect, who ran another 9 route. They are smoking Detroit with these 9 routes today. And this is going to probably go down to the 2-minute warning, but Birmingham is in striking distance again.
I'll tell you what, Eddie, I love the approach, and that one nearly went the other way. Chris Delro, a veteran in the league, you got to make a play on that. But whenever your linebackers are expecting run, they've practiced stopping the run all week against a run-first team, and you throw it right over the top of them, it's going to work majority of the time.
Jordan Goodman, 8 of 9 on the day versus this Detroit defense. 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. The game was for 34 yards on the play. Doubles left. But an audible, I'm not sure if he's changing protection or changing the play. It's a run play, so he's changing the play. They're going to be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second down and 10.
Yeah, and they brought 6 once again. They're going with that nickel formation and just sending everyone in the box at Goodman. You know, either expecting that run, or if they do throw it, hoping they don't have enough time to find an open target.
They love this doubles left set. They've called it multiple times today. They're going to send a receiver in motion. You got 3 receivers line up on the near side. Going to be a toss play out to that side. Can he get over there to block? No, he does not. Oh, wow, he got hit after he was out of bounds. But nonetheless, he gave him a gain of 4.
Yeah, I love the attempt there, trying to motion over to the other side to get more blockers incorporated. But when Detroit's manned up like that, there's so many bodies already over there.
Bunset gets the ball out, and he is hit and goes down. 4th down and 6, and Detroit is able to avoid giving up another touchdown.
I think that was Frodo Laggins who made the hit there on Goodman as he was trying to get that one out. I mean, shout out to this Detroit defensive line. We saw how dominant they could be last season, and they're really just carrying that momentum into this one again. And that's once again a red zone stop against Birmingham.
32-yard field goal is up and good. Birmingham extends their lead to 10. Yo, SFL Nation, every Monday Night Spectacular, you can win money for your player or your team bank by playing VFN Bingo alongside the featured game of the week. Claim your virtual card and mark off numbers coinciding with the yardage of scores and the scores themselves. This week so far, the pot is up to $112,000. DJ can use that because he's broke as hell. So get those likes up and see the VFN Bingo section of the SFL server for more information. Ball down inside the end zone. Going to spot it at the 20. A minute and change left in this first half. Let's see how aggressive Detroit gets. They've been calling this strong power play out of this formation so far. Let's see if they do it again. They will. And Birmingham is all over. They've seen that song and dance a couple times already. He's going to be a loss on a play of about a yard.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many times you can run it before they're going to get privy to it and start shutting it down, Eddie.
Look at this. Defensive line all loaded up on the weak side. Oh, wow, look at that great patience by the quarterback. Out of the receiver downfield. I don't think he even took his eyes off of him, but nonetheless, he able to move the chains.
Yeah, you're going to need some more chunk plays just like that one if you're going to want to score against this defense. I'm interested to see if Detroit's able to keep getting them consistently. We saw that broken play, if you will, where Shelton was able to wrap around. Let's see if they can draw out a few of those now.
Ace trips. Going to be a 3-step drop, gets the ball out and complete to his tight end for another first down, and Detroit calls their second timeout.
Well, there we go, trying to stay ahead of the chains while also saving as much time as they can. Ideally, they're going to get into a position where they can put in a field goal here. It's going to be super hard to score against the red zone defense here of Birmingham, especially with how far you are and how little time you have.
I spread double. That ball is picked off and going the other way. Can he cut the edge? No, he does not. He's met just outside the 35-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 34-yard line. And wow, Detroit was moving downfield, but Birmingham is able to put a stop to that song and dance. And they themselves now looking to put points on the board. We're closing out this first half.
Luis Quintana's first interception on the season. 5 pass deflections, but one finally hits both of his mitts. And man, that couldn't have been a worse situation for Detroit, Eddie. Now Birmingham is inside the 40. Not a whole lot of time, but they have 3 timeouts. They could easily get into field goal range.
The season 21 defensive rookie of the year give the ball back to his offense, and now they come up with a big chunk play, picking up about 14 yards before burning their first timeout.
G to G. Once again, I mean, it's almost automatic with the synergy these two had. And you called it earlier, Eddie, these 9 routes right up the middle. That one was a little bit wider out, more of a seam, but they're dominating Detroit with those routes.
Triple right. Here by Birmingham, a 3-step drop and another 9 route, but that time Detroit was all over it. Looking for Mike Lynette again, but that ball's going to fall incomplete.
We said it about Birmingham's defense. You could say the same about Detroit's. You can only do it so many times before they're going to start stopping you on it. And we're finally seeing that come to fruition for Detroit.
Look at that tunnel. Did you see that tunnel, DJ?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Triple right again. They love these offset back sets. Gonna be a 5-step drop this time. And oh wow, I thought that ball was gonna be picked off because I don't think he allowed Connect time to run that route, but it's gonna be pass interference on the play, and I don't know about that, DJ.
Yeah, I think he had a chance to catch it. I think the ball hit him in the hands, and I don't know. I guess we'll get another look at it now. I think that was Ramnar Sudi.
Oh, come on.
I don't like that call at all.
Terrible call. Getting some home cooking here in Birmingham.
It's the away team away. Oh, yeah, no, it was the home team this time.
Yeah, it's the home team this time.
They're switching up.
They got Mike Connect lined up in the backfield at the fullback spot. Let's see if they give him the ball. So it's going to be a toss out to his side. And look at that stiff arm. Can he cut the edge? Oh, he scores! Wow, with 8 seconds left in the ball game, facing a field goal attempt should they not score, but was able to cut the edge, get into the end zone. And I'll tell you what, this is like another big decision was made. Did you see how the defender kind of leaned back inside and allowed Dominic Kane to score? That man is intimidating the defense out here several times here tonight. And if they aren't careful, they can run away with this one easy here in the third quarter.
They call him Tombstone for a reason, and he's slowly digging the grave here for Detroit's perfect season. They'll call it a 17-point lead as the half is slowly coming to an end. 2 stiff arms on that play, Eddie. One to separate himself and to hit the edge like he did, and one right as he was crossing the goal line. And we've seen that same play a few times where he's going for the edge. He just needs to turn it, and there's one defender there to beat. That time, he finally made it to the edge, and he scored on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it his number because his girlfriend might be watching, but he made a business decision not to.
Team Jamal.
Oh.
Team Jamal. You got to make that play.
He called his oh my goodness. Oh, Mary, ticked. He put the ball out.
He caught it. No timeouts, though. Oh, man.
No timeouts. That's going to bring it into the first half. And come on, why are you going to embarrass the man? His girlfriend might be listening on the radio. Come on.
That's purposes. Research purposes. Need the facts.
And that's going to bring an end to this first half, 20-3. All Birmingham as they have set the tempo out here in the first half.
Man, they sure have. You know, we talked about it right at the top of the broadcast. Who's going to play their style of football? You know, who is going to dictate the pace of the game? You know, it really feels like both offenses have shifted a little bit in how they play. right? Both of these teams are incorporating a little bit more of the passing game, right? Their defenses are holding up strong per usual. Apart from the run, both teams have been able to run the ball pretty successfully, but Birmingham has just done it in bigger amounts and bigger numbers, right? Dominic Kane, 4.7 yards per carry on his 14 attempts, and Bailey O'Shaughnessy over 7 yards per carry on his 5 attempts, both with touchdowns to their names. I mean, this Birmingham rushing attack is clearly in the lead when it comes to who's dominating this one.
Birmingham was shut out last week by the undefeated Houston Headhunters, looking to come back and make amends here at home. And so far, they have done just that. And it's all been led by this man, Dominic Kane. He has set the tone for this offense, bringing those safeties down to the box, leaving those receivers open on 9 routes. They bring safeties down, trying to help defend that run game. And if he keeps performing like this under the lights, ahead of teams such as Detroit, who's undefeated thus far, he's going to have his name thrown into the hats of not only Rookie of the Year, but perhaps Offensive Player of the Year. And if he keeps performing like this, maybe, just maybe, the MVP trophy. That kick is off and underway, going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. Detroit's going to bring it out, makes a man miss before finally being tackled at the 30-yard line. And for the first time tonight, Cam's taking a long time to make us wait. What do you have for an update there, Cam?
All Hart, Mr. Gage. Colin Hart, 92 yards, 14 carries, and a touchdown, including this one. Minnesota takes a 14-13 lead over Carolina. They are inside the 10 right now, late in the third. Back to you.
Carolina with a new coaching staff looking to improve their output this season, hanging tough with Minnesota. Detroit comes out with an ace look first time tonight. The screenplay out to the far side. Oh, makes a man miss before finally being corralled. And look at that defense. I mean, you want to talk about Hugo Reynoso. He's getting up there and asking for the crowd for some praise, but brother, the teammates had a lot to do with that as well. They corralled to the football.
Yeah, I mean, there was a ton of blitzers. The screen was a perfect play call. I think it was Stephen Goodman who held him in the backfield so long.
Man-to-man defense all day by the offensive line. And wow, he's just when they needed it, he might be gone, but he's able to cut the edge and get tackled just outside the 20-yard line. And boy, did Detroit need that.
Yeah, he just tossed that one up to Jimmy Wentz, said he's out there somewhere. I love having the trust in your receiver to throw it up to him. I mean, Flowers had a ton of time to find a target.
Yes, he did.
The offensive line gave him a century in the pocket, and he took advantage of it fully.
Shout out to that offensive line. First down, they're going to spot it at the 19. I thought that was another generous spot. The 19-yard line. Pierce slot, 3-step drop, gets the ball out to the flat, able to cut the corner, gets the great block. I couldn't get his number, but nonetheless picks up 5 yards.
Wardle Khan, their second tight end. This is he's kind of filling that Robert Henson role, if you will. The tight end who's coming in, playing behind the tight end, not getting too many looks. But when he gets them there, they're impactful, cutting that distance in half here.
There'll be a toss out to the strong side, and Andrew Gibson going to find about a yard short of the first down marker that got here off of a 52-yard reception. That last big play was to set him up in the situation there by Jimmy Wentz. Third down and 1. Boy, but the defense loves to get off the field here and force a field goal attempt. Can they do so? Look at this. 3 tight ends in the field. Going to be a give to the fullback. He's going to easily pick up the first down and more. Going to be a first and goal, Detroit.
Yeah, and you know, this is part of what we were talking about earlier, Eddie, how they're certainly switching things up coming into this one. Not often would we see them get a huge chunk play and then finish things off with a touchdown. They're usually relying on the run a lot more than they are right now.
4-4 Bear defense, and boy, did it look like it, because that play goes for nothing. He might have lost about a yard in the play there. Third and goal. Excuse me, second and goal.
Yeah, you're right. With how much they're stacking the box, I mean, if you just continue to run it up the middle, you're not going to go anywhere.
Man-to-man defense here. This 4-3 going to be a 5-step drop. Looks down the middle of the field. Oh, and that ball is batted away. I think he had a step there, but look at John Martin showing his versatility. What does he not do? He gets sacks, gets to the quarterback, gives him nightmares, steps out there in coverage, defends the run, He is just a jack of all trades. When they got John Martin to come over here to Birmingham, they hit the jackpot, and the GM probably got a raise.
Yeah, he certainly deserves one. He has over 30 tackles. He leads the entirety of the team here, Eddie. 4 sacks. He leads the team, and second in the entire SFL. He leads the team in tackles for loss as well. He's everywhere.
Dime defense here, 4th and 1. Play action. Oh, and he's hit
man.
as he's trying to get the throw, and wow, he is lucky to get up because he just got drilled, DJ. Logan Gardner, 6'2", 310 pounds, and he just felt every last ounce of it.
Look at that agility with the hurdle over the down lineman and speeds his way. He looked like a track star. He has 2 tackles on the season, Eddie, and both of them are sacks now.
The Twins have set up for a field goal here, and that kick is up, and it is good. 20-6. Now it's not off, but not. It's a 2-score game now, and you can't just settle because all it takes is one big play on defense for the Twins to get right back in this thing. So this got a lot of football left.
Yeah, we certainly know they're capable of those big plays as well. King Jamal, who we've ragged on a little bit in this game, but he's top 5 in the league in interceptions, Eddie. He is no slouch when it comes to stopping the pass. They have a handful of other corners and linebackers with some interceptions as well, and even Makai Citrion, who is tied for first in the league with 1 forced fumble so far in this season. So the big play capability is certainly there. I think they just need to get some stops on these early downs and force Birmingham to throw. But even when you do that, it's still dangerous.
That tunnel is absolutely beautiful. You can see the banners hanging up out of there. It got to be wonderful feeling walking up out of there as a player before game day. And look at this. Lowering his shoulder, picking up yards after contact. Dominic Kane. Wow, I mean, what does he not do?
He doesn't go down easy, I can tell you that.
He does not. Second and inch, he gains about 4 yards after contact. Whole playbook at their disposal, going to send a fullback in motion. Is that connected again back there? It is. It'll be the quarterback sneak. Up 14, DJ. I don't know about that one.
I know you don't, but first downs are first downs. And that time he did decide to slide before he was leveled at that second level. And if he does that every time, I'd certainly be a lot more okay with it. But sometimes he gets a little antsy and doesn't want to go down.
Empty set here. Going to send a man in motion. That's Dominic Kane. Lined up in the slot. Running routes. My goodness. 3-step drop. Do they throw the ball to him? No, they throw it to connect. But I'll tell you what, Kane was open too.
Yep, he sure was. And that looked like a very similar play that they set up earlier on that insta-sack, if you will. Jordan Goodman was under center. He didn't even take a step back. He instantly stood up. He looked where he knew that play was going to be, and he fired it to the cross route over the middle to Mike Kleineck. That one is exactly how they drew it up on the whiteboard.
Bunt set here on first down.
Interesting.
Going to be a gear, strong outside zone to Kane, and going to put another stiff arm. Picks up it's in bounds. They're going to challenge that DJ. I thought he was out.
I thought he was out by a foot or two. I think you got to challenge that one with how dominant that run was. I mean, let's see another look at it here. Great play call with the bunch. He gets one tackle. Let's see. This is a terrible angle. He still looked out, though.
That was Matthias Citron, who he just shoved to the dirt. And they are going to challenge it.
I think they're right. We're going to get a much better look at it, though. Shout out to the receivers as well.
Yes.
That was some terrific blocking. I caught a number 12 in there. Dylan Lewis had a block on the outside. Very nice.
The bad part of this is hopefully they don't show Matthias Citron, who is 275 pounds. And they do. Look at that. Getting shoved to the third. He is out of bounds.
Still got the first, though.
He still got the first. He's going to be out at about the 30-yard line, I believe.
I still like the challenge, though. You're saving what was an additional 10 yards there on that run.
What's impressive about Kane is he's able to stiff arm him even with his off arm. He's right-handed.
Yep.
And he's stiff arming people with his left and right hand. He's an equal opportunity employer.
He sure is.
My goodness. Dominic Kane. Where can I get his player card at? 223-pound rookie, undrafted. Triple right, gonna send a man in motion. That's Michael Goodman. Gonna be a 3-step drop. And they're looking for Mike Clinette again, running that 9 route, and so far, Detroit's only stopped that play once, I believe, tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're completely right. I think it's only been one time, and it was thrown way too early that one time because the linebacker was still in the area. The safeties have to play deep in anticipation. They're playing their zone. They're expecting deeper routes, right? And then that's when you attack right in the middle of it.
Nickel defense, single safety high. They're going to send it back in motion. They're going to run away from him, but it does not matter as they made him for a gain of about a yard.
Well, and actually, Mike Clinette in this one is the team's leader in targets and receptions, as well as yards, of course. And I mean, I love to see him getting involved as much as he is. They clearly did their homework and drew up a nice game plan. Expect it again here.
Oh, and they actually dump it off this time because Clinette was well covered that time. I thought they were going to throw it to him again, but he fortunately for him, dumped it off to his receiver for a gain of a couple. 3rd down and 6.
See, they're using it as bait now, trying to pull the defenders to that way. I love it so much.
Doubles left set. Gonna send a man in motion. That's Ivan Lazardi. Off to the near side. Gonna be a 5-step drop. Trying to bounce that time, but that ball is picked up and batted down with the sharp parent. It was. First time he called his name tonight. But he's able to bat the ball down, and yeah, exactly. He's a monster. Had a hell of a season last season. Not having quite the season he had last season so far, but there's a lot of the season left to play, but perhaps teams are putting more eyes on him. Going to be a 26-yard field goal attempt here by Birmingham. That kick by Jordan Bradshaw is up and good. 23-6 to extend their lead.
Yeah, the hairs on the back of my neck still stand up a little bit when I see 51 on the D-line. So I'm getting about half a dozen sacks on my quarterback last season. So it's a little bit scary. But like you said, teams have certainly took notice to that, and they aren't going to let him game wreck. It's like, okay, where's 51? Put 2 bodies on you, every player. So
another deep kick going to be forced to be down into the end zone. Going to start this drive off at the 20. Yo, SFL Nation. Every Tuesday on the Virtual Football Network, you can catch highlights of every game from around the league on SFL Blitz, hosted by Karen Irvine. Listen for your name, get a recap of what you may have missed, and see if you're lucky enough to be named Player of the Week by the top brass. It's SFL Blitz every Tuesday on the Virtual Football Network. Gonna get the ball out quick for a game of about 5 yards, trying to stay ahead of the chains. This time it's hauled in by Jamal Shelton.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to play in a hurry here. Third quarter is going to come to a close here soon, and you're still well behind in this one against a Birmingham team that doesn't seem like they're going to stop anytime soon.
Oh, what a nice jump there over the defense. Able to pick up a 1st down is Andrew Gibson. Did you see that leap? Looking like Walter Payton out there.
Man, he's shifty. I'll tell you what, I remember when he was a lead returner back in Canton years back when I was on his team, and he has completely shifted over a few off seasons into a dominant back.
Ace trips and finds his tight end, moves the chains inside the 50. Robert Henson Jr. with another reception.
Man, and he is just showing everyone around the league that he is a tight end to be taken seriously. Catches that one seaming towards the middle. And that was Luis Quintana in coverage, the one who had the interception earlier. So, proving that he can still make it regardless of the contact. His time in the dev team paying off.
It's going to be a strong power run out of this formation. Flip, ace, flip, ace. What is it? Pair slot, flip. I forget what the name of it is. But nonetheless, they run it, and Birmingham picks up a yard.
Gerald Cumbus got off his block very quickly, shaded to the outside there to not allow him to get to the outside, and a really hard hit there from his defensive lineman spot. Love to see it.
Their defense, where the pressure coming from, it comes up the middle, but he's able to shake off a tackler and pick up about 4 yards on the play to set up 3rd down and 5.
You know, what's really helping Birmingham slow down this rushing attack is that the first defender is hitting them right at the line of scrimmage every time. Even if they break the tackle, someone's going to get there quickly, therefore after, and wrap them up.
Quads out of Detroit on an audible. It's this 4-1 down defense, only one linebacker on the field. Great protection by the offensive line all day to throw, but the time runs out as he's looking for his receiver. I think he was looking for Shelton on the play, but just as he was letting the ball loose, Ethan Flowers is hit, and it's going to fall incomplete to force another punt here by Detroit.
Any defensive line is like dogs on a rope, right? I mean, you can hold them back as long as you want, but they're not gonna let up. They're gonna keep chomping at the bit, and they're gonna keep fighting until eventually something rips in coverage, and that's exactly what happened there. You got to get rid of that ball quicker with how much time the line gave you.
That was a terrible kick, but yet Jay Piper still had time to run up under it. I thought he was going to call a fair catch, but he actually took off with it.
No fear.
The world doesn't see this, but our stats crew over there is playing with the cats while they're doing stats for this game. Do both sides of the ball and do that. Then I'll really be impressed.
Right.
Do offense and defense and do that. Then I'll really be impressed. Gonna be a toss out. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Oh, he's still on his feet. Picks up about 17 yards. Is he a cheat code at this point, DJ?
It seems like it. I'll tell you what, they need to bring a linebacker or a slot corner and just stick them in between their far corner and the defensive line. And sometimes they are doing that. It doesn't even matter. He breaks the first tackle every time. They need to stop allowing Dominic Kane to get to the edge because he is just cooking them on those stretch runs and those pitches.
Reminds me of that commercial with Michael Vick several years ago when he threw a ball deep to Vick. He had all day to throw in the pocket, and the offensive line wasn't giving him any help. Looked just like that. Another carry here by Birmingham staying ahead of the chains. This time it's Betty O'Shaughnessy picking up 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a potent 1-2 punch. They're giving it to O'Shaughnessy right up the middle a lot. We know he's a dominant back, and just giving it to Kane, giving it to the young buck in space, and it's working.
Our Joker set and muscles his way downfield for another couple of yards, set up a 3rd down and 2.
This feels like a statement game. I don't know about you, Eddie.
Yeah.
They lose to an undefeated team, and they come back out in this one, and they're playing the other undefeated team in the league, and they're putting on a masterclass.
Joker said 2 tight ends on the field versus this defense, and wow, look at that. Not touched until he was 7 yards downfield. I mean, I know he's put on a show out here, but it's time for us to get this offensive line some love because they are putting in work out here today.
Yeah, they sure are. They wouldn't have the running production they have right now without the holes they're getting there.
Put up your 4s, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, 23-6. Birmingham out here looking for a statement win. Jordan Goodman breaks the huddle, barks out the play at the line of scrimmage, doubles left. Seen this look a lot tonight. Going to send a man in motion. That's Ivan Lazardi again. Going out to the far side. Going to be a toss out to that side. Oh, wow. You talk about that's how you bring a man down. You got to bring help.
Yep,
you can't just be one man. You got to get there at the same time.
Exactly.
I'll slow him down or you finish him off.
And that's the approach we're seeing Birmingham take, right? I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Detroit needs more bodies to the football.
4 eligible receivers this time on the field. All day to throw. Oh, wow. Did that ball hit his receiving a shoulder pad?
I think it might have hit the linebacker as he was getting there. Matthias Citrion will get awarded some sort of pat on the back as he was involved.
Gonna go empty here with a 17-point lead. 3rd down and 9. 5-step jog gets the ball out quick, and that ball that time got him a bit too quick. Was not quite expecting it, and wow, the quarterback is upset about that one.
Yeah, son not too happy with father there. He's not dropping a lot of those. You know, Eddie, that is a former SFLN MVP at wide receiver. He's not dropping a lot of those.
Yeah. For the first time in a while, we're going to see Birmingham punting this ball away. Great punt inside the 10. He's going to be met at about the 11. We're going to spot it at the 10. And is that Bailey O'Shaughnessy returning punts? Oh, my goodness. You look about a wealth of riches, a wealth of talent when you have your halfback, Bailey O'Shaughnessy, getting paid $1 million times 9 returning punts.
Scary just thinking about it.
I spread. John Martin on the tackle picks up 9.
Yeah, and he's in his position. He's playing his zone. Flowers just threw that one at a perfect time. Any later, and they would have had a hand on that one.
Yeah, that's Bailey O'Shaughnessy in the tackle. not the pure cat signal. I-Pro load, I think this is going to be a give to the fullback. On the weak side, he picks up the first down and some more. Rashad Williams easily picks up that first down.
And there we go. This is what you need if you're Detroit. You don't play too cute. You know, stick with your style, right? Maybe just change up some similar things and try and spread out this Birmingham defense a little bit.
Their defense on the field again, this power play, they've been all over it, but somehow he's able to muscle his way and pick up 4 yards.
You know, a lot of the time I criticize backs on running too east to west. But that time, I think I would have liked to see Gibson bounce it to the outside. He cut it back up inside, maybe thought he saw a hole, and things got closed up pretty quick.
I-Pro load going to be a give to the fullback again, but they got Rashad Williams lined up at the fullback spot, and he picks up 4 yards.
Now, if you're Birmingham here, Eddie, I feel like you just pack the box, look for 32 or 23, and there he is, eye form, and just headhunt him.
2 tight ends off to the right. 5-step drop, trying to fool the defense. And wow, look at that great catch right over the linebacker's head for a first down.
Love the play call there. And trusting your second tight end to make a huge catch for you. That's Gordell Kahn. What a throw by Flowers. Yeah. Lofts it right over the head of Jimmy Burkett, as well as Blake Prine, who was kind of shifting over there in coverage. That couldn't have been a better throw.
Down 17 with 7 minutes and change left. Going to line up an ace formation. 2 tight ends on the field. Set up a screen. He's got a man open. That's Rashad Williams. He's over to muscle his way for 7 yards.
There we go. And they're starting to get a well-sustained drive getting going here. This is the Detroit offense we needed to see the entirety of the game, right? You just got to keep it going here. You need a touchdown here. You cannot settle for a field goal again.
Ball spot at the 45-yard line. Can be a give to the fullback again.
Great.
He's going to pick up about another 7 yards on that play. And so far, they have not had an answer for that fullback give.
Yeah, very crowded backfield here in Detroit, right? They have 2 halfbacks and 2 fullbacks, and they're still getting everybody involved, each one of them getting carries up to this point in the game. Brad Taylor-Wright gets a substantial one there for 8.
His name is so long, they just called him T. Wright with his jersey.
I like it.
Yes. A-Trip's going to send a man in motion. Birmingham playing man-to-man defense. 3-step drop, looking for another 9 route, and they hit it for a gain of about 17 yards on the play. Robert Henson Jr. continuing to lead this team in receptions.
Yep, again, splitting that, top cover 2 safety look. And, I mean, they expected it the whole way. The linebacker was following him. Flowers just put it on the money. He would have had to shift his entire body to get a play on the ball, and Robert Henson took advantage of it and caught it right in between.
Strong power. Rashad Williams able to muscle his way and picks up 4 yards. We're getting word that reception was 19 yards, and it wasn't Boss Hall who told us that. It was his cat. One receiver in the field going to be a toss. Oh, and they are all over it. Met him in the backfield for a loss of about 3 yards on the play. And that's one thing about those pulling guards. When you pull, the defensive line, all they're going to do is follow you, because where you're going is where the ball is going.
Yeah, it leaves a big gap, just like you saw there.
One set. The last time they ran this play, this time they run out to the strong side and finds his man for a first down. They got to go hurry up here. First and go at the 2-yard line. Gonna be a 5-step drop. Look out. Oh, and he hit as he throws, but that ball is completed for a touchdown.
Shelton, the first catch, went on the second. I love to see that from Detroit, Eddie. It shows that they are learning and adapting as the game continues. The Detroit we saw earlier in this game would have ran it a few times and then settled with a field goal. They ran that first run. They saw it wasn't going to work. They decided to throw 2 passes over the middle. They've had success throwing their majority of the night, and they're able to throw it in. A great end to their best drive of the night.
That touchdown, this upcoming extra point is going to make this a 10-point game, and things get a little bit interesting here. Should Detroit, are they going to go for the onside kick here down 10? I believe they will.
I would if I was them. They won.
Oh, they're going to kick this ball deep down 10.
Your offense can, be as consistent as they want. They can play as good as they want. If your defense can't stop this offense, quick enough, it's not going to matter. We haven't seen a lot of early stops against this Birmingham offense.
We have not. They have been playing with a purpose today. Attention to detail, just following the script, what they put in the game plan early in the week, and here's executed to perfection here tonight. Going to be a gift to the A-back, up the A-gap. They're going to be met at the line of scrimmage for a gain of nothing. Second down and 10.
Citrion again helping in the middle of this defense. Leads the team he leads the entire game right now in tackles, actually. That's his 7th solo, 2 assisted as well.
Spreading the defense out, 3-step drop, trying to buy himself some time, finds a receiver, but it's a minimal gain on the play. Going to be 3rd down and 5. That reception made by Betty O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, they kicked him out to receiver and said, go wild. That one cuts the distance in half, leaves your playbook pretty wide open. I mean, a lot of the time we see a Kleinecht out here, they do the pitch to the outside. Curious to see if they do it again.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to be coming here. Let's see if we get it.
Soft coverage, too, on that side.
Going to be a toss out to his side. Gets a great block, but he is met at the line of scrimmage. And Detroit looks up and says, that's why we kick the ball deep, because we have faith in our defense. They come up and make a play, and they're not going to force too much time off the clock. They're going to get this ball back with about 3 minutes and maybe 5 seconds or so, if my math is right, but we shall see. But this game is not over just yet.
Yeah, I mean, huge shout-out to Detroit. They trusted their defense when they needed to. And Chris Delro, who's had a few lapses in coverage tonight, makes a tackle in a huge way. This could open the door up for Detroit's offense here. If he catches it at 5. Okay, he didn't. Close enough.
Close enough. My math is somewhat right. Great punt, by the way, who tackled by, guess who, Benny O'Shaughnessy. And Detroit, this game is not over yet. Ball spotted their own 38-yard line.
Plenty of time. They just can't run as much as we saw them do earlier. They were very sustained on their last drive and very balanced as well. You're going to have to air it out.
Quads look, all 4 timeouts left, and that ball is batted at the line of scrimmage. Going to fall incomplete. And that's the second time here in the second half we've seen Jared Cumbers knock the ball at the line of scrimmage.
Tell you what, Eddie, I'm a little worried we're going to see an interception here from Flowers. The end of the last half, we saw them try and play this hurry-up style offense inside of 2 minutes, and they threw a pick to Luis Quintana. Flowers just has to stay clean, which we know he has a problem with sometimes.
Cumbers was all over him, forced that ball out early, and they can thank Gerard Cumbers for that incompletion because he was about maybe a millisecond away from taking Flowers' head off.
Yeah, I mean, he had to throw that one. Any later, and like you said, he would have been creamed. And double coverage as well to that side. It wasn't going to be an easy throw, even if he had the time to throw it.
Look at this wide 9 defense here. And he got pressed too, but nonetheless, that ball is completed on the other side of the 50. They're going to go hurry up and save those timeouts. Quads look again. This time going to be met with man-to-man press defense. Get the ball out, and that ball is another completion. Back-to-back first downs on back-to-back plays. They're going to stay in this quads look. Going hurry up. Ethan Flowers with a 5-step drop gets the ball out, and that ball is intercepted. You called it, DJ. Goodman with the interception.
I mean, he just has a history of doing it. I mean, we saw it. I mean, evidence speaks to facts. The last half, they were in this same hurry-up offense. He threw a very similar stop route, and it was picked off. The black sheep making an impact on this one. Stephen Goodman puts what could be the final nail in the coffin.
He does, and now they're going to go into this drive. We're going to burn some time off the clock. Picks up about 3 yards. That's some tough running by Dominic Kane, and you know the run is coming, and still pick up 3 yards.
But that is not a commentator's curse. That's just, I told you what's going to happen. It's called analyzing.
That was
what you want from me.
That was Stephen Goodman's first interception of the season. Couldn't have come at a better time for him.
Very nice. Yeah, that's another young man I got to see play a ton down in the minor leagues, and he was great. He played for San Jose. That's his first pick ever, actually.
Yeah.
But congratulations to the Black Sheep.
You never forget your first, DJ.
That's right. You probably have. It was 22 years ago. SFL games were in black and white when you got your first pick.
Look at this. Got the edge. They got the first down to his feet.
Oh, come on, Corey.
Come on.
Nice run there.
Corey's talking about our first pick six. Come on, man.
Definitely ain't forgot that.
I don't remember it either. Strong eye wing jokers. Gonna be a strong G toss met in the backfield for a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, here comes the timeouts for Detroit. And it almost feels like now that these first downs are coming from Birmingham that it's all but over here.
Slowly breaking huddle. Our jokers look. Detroit with 2 safeties back. It's going to be a give to that near side, and it's going to pick up about 4 yards in the play, 3rd down and 9, and Detroit's going to burn their second timeout.
Yeah, this last play, regardless of if it's a first down or not, is going to get a ton of time off the clock if it's converted and the time keeps on going. But Birmingham gets a first down here, and it's over.
Look for a weak dive. They're running that weak dive out of this formation a few times today.
Getting an extra blocker over there.
That's going up the middle.
Yep.
Up the middle is Bailey O'Shaughnessy. He picks up about 3 yards, and Detroit's going to burn another timeout here. That's their last.
I'll tell you what, if you're right, but I bet if they ran to that outside, it would work a lot better. Because that inside, I mean, it's going to keep it on the ground, right? It's doing exactly what they need it to. Waste the last timeouts for Detroit, get as much time off as they can. Not play too risky. It's the right call.
Yeah, but I also don't think there is a toss play out of that formation. But nonetheless, great punt. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Oh, you got to be kidding me. A face mask. How is that a face mask on the offense? I didn't see that, DJ. Did you see it?
I didn't.
Just when you think you saw it all in this game. A face mask on the offense on a punt return. Wow. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Quads look. Threatening blitz. Do they bring it? They do. But the offensive line buys some time when he finds his man. That play's been open all day long here so far for Detroit. They have not had an answer to that play.
They clean, Flowers.
He's trying another 3-step drop. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Lucky to not be intercepted. And I tell you what, the side judges let them play because that could have been PI.
Yeah, it certainly could have. They're trying to go home, too. They got dinner on the table. Their wives have already texted them. I mean, you know what's coming if you're Birmingham's defense, and they're a very nice defense, so it's going to be super hard to pass. It's not a knock on Flowers. It's just this is one of the best defenses in the league, and they know a pass is coming, right? I mean, it's going to be hard to throw against.
4-1 dime, and that ball wide open. That was a great route, by the
They
way.
keep going back to that route.
Same route, just different receiver. Another 3-step drop and open again. That time he's unable to hang on to it. Bang, bang play. But Birmingham makes the stop. That time it's Luka DeVour with the rake up.
Yeah, that's an 8-season veteran here. Never made an all-star game. That's a little shocking, but makes a nice hit as that one's getting caught. I mean, it only takes a matter of time before you start to learn a lesson.
Gonna go empty. It's showing blitz. Do they bring it? I believe they will. Looking at this set. They do bring it. Got to get the ball out quick. They do, and wow. Unable to hold on to it, and I don't blame him because the pressure was coming, so he couldn't get that ball out as accurately as he would like to.
Yeah, lit out a little bit too far in front there.
3rd down and 10. The defense
Same route.
knows you got to pass. This time going to be trip set. Maybe it's Trey. Going to be play action. Going to roll out to the strong side. Great job on offensive line. Oh, you got to bring that one in.
Gotta catch that.
You got to catch that one.
Yeah, C.J. Parrish, he's a better receiver than that. He catches those.
4th down, and they are bringing on the field goal unit, and I like the decision there. Down 10. Might as well. This kick is up, and it is good. 16-13. Detroit cuts into this lead, and don't look now, ladies and gentlemen, but this game is not over.
Yeah, I mean, the field goal mathematically keeps them in it, right? Scylla Aldmere staying perfect on her perfect season up to this point. That's 8 now. The majority of their points coming off of the leg of Scylla Aldmere, but you need the onside kick.
Here it is, and it is up, and it is fielded after the bobble, but nonetheless able to come up with it for Birmingham is Michael Goodman.
Sure hands Michael Goodman back at it. Almost unsure there for a second, but cleans it up at the end, and that's all she wrote here. It would have been slim if Detroit would have been able to have a chance in this one, but we've seen onside kicks get recovered. I mean, last week Pittsburgh, DC, you had those onside kicks get recovered, excuse me. So anything could happen.
Yo, SFL Nation, I'm late on this notice, but it's not too late for you. Chat. The more likes we get, the more people see our content. Each like contributes $1,000 to Monday's bingo pot. New viewers means new players, and new players means growing our great community. Like this video and turn notifications on so you'll never miss a live stream, highlight, or podcast. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. It's like going to somebody's house and walking in and not asking if you take your shoes off. You here, you've been invited, free of charge, didn't charge you a dime. Well, sort of. And all you got to do is hit the like button. Yo, it's helping the league out. It's helping Cam out. It's helping everybody out. So do us all a solid. Smash that like button before you get up out of here, y'all. But yo, it's the 4th quarter. This game has come to a conclusion. This ball game is over. Birmingham defends home court 23-16. The final in this one. DJ, give us a synopsis of this ball game tonight.
You know, Eddie, we talked about it right at the start of the broadcast. Which of these defenses could stop the other rushing attack? And I feel like that was a perfect cut dry case of who we saw win this game. Birmingham ran the ball like at will, it felt like. Detroit struggled a little bit. Rashawn Williams got slowed down in a big way, as well as Andrew Gibson. We hadn't really seen that from either of them. And I think Birmingham's defense really showed that they were top notch, and this rushing attack can play against anybody.
Dominique Kane finished this game with 5.4 yards a carry on average. It seemed like it was more than that because he was putting defenders in the dirt with that stiff arm. But yo, for myself, for DJ, for Cam, for the pit boss, for Andrew Gibson, I'm Eddie Gage, y'all. SFL Nation, Arizona. I love y'all, man. Yo, I let y'all down this weekend with some bad coaching decisions, but I don't want to take any credit away from Fort Worth. They came in, did their job, did they thug this, or got the W. But man, I let y'all down because I had a terrible game plan on offense and defense, trying to do a little too much. But yo, we gonna rebound next week. At least I hope so. DC gonna have something to say about that. But we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Thanks for coming. Good night and drive home safely, y'all. We out of here. Peace.